Hey there everybody, this is the Swamp Cleaner, back with another video for you. I hope you guys all had a great Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed that extra day, but now it's back to the grind because we got a lot of work to do. There's only a few months until the midterms, and if you haven't noticed, prices are starting to creep back up on everything. We had that little reprieve over the late summer there. Prices were dropping a little bit, but now they're starting to creep back up again, so maybe pick up an extra shift here or there, guys, because it's going to be a dark, cold winter. But anyway, in today's video, I wanted to do a recap on the past few weeks when it comes to the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid and the fallout from that and the backlash and everything that entails. I know I did a live stream with my good buddy Chris. He's all the way from Australia. If you want to check that out, just take a look at my channel, and that will be the video previous to this one. And you will see we were just talking about our opinions about what's happening, what this means, if anything bad could come from this for Donald Trump or for the Democrats. And what I want to do in this video is pretty much just sum up the last few weeks from the raid to now, and pretty much give you my take about what's going to happen next. So, first off, we have the raid itself. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate was raided by the FBI, sources say, to ABC News. The raid was done around 10 a.m. and it lasted for around 9 hours or so, so they were there all day and until the evening. They went through everything in his office, in the safe room where he had the supposedly illegal documents that he wasn't supposed to have because he wasn't allowed to have classified documents. We'll get into why they were classified and why I'm using quotations. Um, they also went through Melania's room, went through her drawers, and when people say, well, they were just going through her drawers. Well, a lot of people say, well, you could also mean drawers as in underwear. That's another way of saying drawer. So who knows? They probably rifed through her panty drawer, took a few pair of panties, because it's the FBI. That's part and parcel of being an FBI member. If you know your history, you'll get that one. But they also it came out later on that they also ransacked Barron Trump's room. They went through his closet. They tossed his bed. They went through all his drawers and all that stuff, and they just left it a mess. So thanks very much. Thank you, FBI. But since the raid, there was a lot of back and forth in the first few days. Donald Trump was rightfully angry, and he was getting his attorneys in line to actually set up a defense because the seemed like at the time the DOJ, the FBI, they were outgunning. They had a case. They had everything lined up. Merrick Garland came out all puffing his chest, saying, "I'm going to let the court documents speak for themselves." And I mean, and people are like, "Whoa, he didn't do anything. How is he supposed to know what the raid was going?" No, no, he actually requested the raid, and that was actually based on the request of the incumbent president, who is Joe Biden, who lied about his involvement in signing off on the raid. So it reeked to high heaven from the very get go, and when he said, "I'm going to let the court documents speak for themselves," but in the next couple of days, leaks came out about what they were looking for. Nuclear documents. Ooh, secret nuclear documents. He's going to sell them to the Iranians or something like that. Oh, Donald Trump, he's horrible. Ooh, Orange Man bad. Blah, 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 blah. And, and it was really looking like they were going to get him on some kind of like espionage kind of like thing, and they're just throwing everything at the wall at this point. So uh, Donald Trump and his team request that the affidavit be unsealed. So they did that, or they showed first just the list of things that was being taken, and then they had to fight to actually get the warrants unredacted to show everybody the reasons for the raid. And that came out 85% redacted, something like that, 80% redacted. So pretty much, hey, well, here's a couple paragraphs about how Donald Trump is really bad and about how he could have done this and this and this. And then they redact everything as to what would be the reasons why they have these feelings, these notions. So they're exculpatory evidence behind Donald Trump's shenanigans. Ooh, oh my God, how horrible! Donald Trump, he's just an evil man. So they do this leaking stuff, and they end up leaking out this picture of secret documents, top secret. Oh my God, Donald Trump, he's so horrible. He just has them all over his office. He just leaves them all over the floor. What a stupid man. Anybody can walk over them. Like, anybody can grab them and run away. I'm sure some foreign agent was already at Mar-A-Lago and he sold them a bunch of his documents. Look at him. This horrible man needs to be thrown in jail right now. Well, what you're actually looking at is a evidence photo, because you can clearly see the ruler in the bottom there to give you pretty much a size template to give you a reference for how big things are, and that's for use for crime scene photos. So the FBI were the ones who put this all out on the floor, and then actually a week or two later, it turns out that a lot of these folders here that you see are empty. Because they recovered a bunch of empty folders that say top secret or secret / SCI. So are you trying to tell me that they're trying to fabricate a narrative and insinuate to the public that Donald Trump has top secret files and is being reckless with how he stores them, even though they said just put a lock on your room, it's good, you don't need to do anything else, because the National Archives told him to do so. Plus, the National Archives knew everything that he had. But they used that as justification to say, well, he's got this stuff, but we think he's got more. Why? Reasons. So we need to figure out how to find out if he has more. But hey, hold up a minute. Executive privilege. What about executive privilege? In comes Joe Biden. Joe Biden, previously, after NARA was working with the Trump team to recover documents they wanted back, which Trump and team were complying with, Joe Biden was like, hey, what about these other records? These executive privilege ones. We need to actually see those too. Alright, well, if you want that, the only way we can do that is if we can make it illegal for Donald Trump to have those documents. Well, how can we do that? Well, Mr. President, and yes, I know this is speculation, but this is the only way this series of events could occur, and it's actually documented that Joe Biden then rescinded Donald Trump's executive privileges. That's never been done before. A sitting president has never retroactively removed a former president's executive privileges for the documents from their presidency, but apparently now is okay because it's Donald Trump. So Joe Biden then rescinds Donald Trump's executive privilege, which now makes Donald Trump's ownership of these classified documents, because they were actually declassified by Trump because he declassified them before he left the White House, they now become classified again, and the ownership of them is illegal. So now, under that wishy-washy, weak pretext, they have the probable cause and the legal cover, which has actually started to fall apart completely, that they had the opportunity to raid Trump. And they did so, and they took it, because they really have nothing to go on. So all they want to do is hang this over Donald Trump. Why do you think they're now, and it came out like a week ago, that the DOJ is going to delay indicting Donald Trump on anything until after the midterms? And they say it's because it's too close to the midterms and we don't want to make things political. Bullshit. You're hanging. You have the mainstream media and Democrats, and I'm going to get to Joe Biden here too, holding Donald Trump over the head of Republicans like the sword of fucking Damocles and saying, oh, evil Donald Trump. He had documents. Who is he selling them to? What were they? We don't know. We'll find out after the election. Now, those MAGA Republicans, and we're getting to it, the MAGA Republicans that he endorsed, they support Donald Trump and what his actions are. They support him holding on to classified documents. Oh. So, you have Joe Biden and crew thinking it's a good idea now that we're now going to go on the offense and attack Donald Trump, Republicans in Congress, and constituents who voted for Donald Trump, and people in Congress who support Donald Trump, as evil extremists who don't go by the rule of law. They don't support elections. Dangerous extremists. And what do you get then? Last Thursday, you get Joe Biden having his Soul of the Nation speech in Philadelphia, where you can actually hear him getting heckled by people off on the side there. It was hilarious. Giving this tyrannical, like, fascistic, dictatorial, like, power-hungry, like, fear to, like, it's like it was a power play. It's like he's trying to fear, give people something to fear beyond the fact that they're going broke, beyond the fact that energy is getting quite scarce and the shelves are going to be bare soon. He's trying to put that fear into this nebulous notion of MAGA. Ooh, extremist people who don't believe in elections that were questionable. I won't say any more because this video will be taken down if I talk any further on YouTube. That's why you can also find this video on Rumble and BitChute, where this video will actually be uploaded first. So if you see me on Rumble and BitChute, you'll be watching this video before you will be watching it on YouTube. So, getting back to the point here, he gives this fascistic, fear-mongering speech, and I'll coin Tim Pool today on his video. He did a V for Vendetta reference where it's almost kind of like, we need to remind you why you need us and that you need us for protection because these MAGA people will come and snatch democracy away from you and they will come after you. And I'm sorry, who are the ones who used the State Department and the Health Department to strong-arm big tech companies into banning people online for spreading COVID misinformation and banning parody accounts of Fauci on Instagram because it was annoying you? Who's the fascist again? Who is the extremist again when questioning an election is something that is constitutional well within an American's right to do, as opposed to using the state apparatus of the government and experts to silence the free speech of individual Americans by a proxy of a big tech company. That's textbook fascism. So you have Joe Biden here flailing around, projecting his fascism onto other people, and they thought this was going to be a win because they had some victories in the House and the Senate because they passed some bills and are making inflation much worse by the ironically named Inflation Reduction Act, which the CBO and many economists have now pointed out that is actually going to raise inflation. And then on top of that, he wants to give people debt forgiveness for their student loans, pissing off a bunch of people who are hardworking Americans who've never taken out loans before. And then you're going to make me foot the bill for some liberal arts degree or some gender studies degree? Are you kidding me? If he wants to, then if it's worse than that, hit me in the pocketbook, turn around and call me a fascist and an extremist because I want to look out for my country first and maybe use our own oil and grow our own food and build our own things. Is that bad? Giving everybody a job? Because you know what happens when you give people thousands of dollars to sit on their ass and make it cheaper to not work than work? You get what you get in New York City. You get people beating people up on the street. You get people getting knifed, shot. I just saw a video of a pair of dudes GTAing another person in a car. Like, they took their car, rammed into them, drove them off the road, and robbed them at gunpoint for a bag that they had, and then drove off in a half beat up car. Is this GTA? Are you kidding me? So you have Joe Biden here, and he gave this speech, and then the next day, I mean, the numbers must have been horrible. His team must have seen the writing on the wall because he came out the next day saying, "Oh, I don't think Trump supporters are extremists." Well, then who the hell are you talking about? He's like, because 97% of the Republican Party, or the people who are registered Republicans, or people who consider themselves Republicans, don't like you. So who are the 3% that you're talking about? The neocon establishment, the mainstream Republicans that you coined, that you use the phrase used, the what is it, mainstream Republicans that will just say, "Oh yeah, I believe in open borders. I believe that sanctuary cities are fine. And yeah, what's a little bit more gun control? That's fine." Those Republicans are those the ones that you're talking about? Because those people aren't Republicans. They're just establishment neocons. Just like you are an establishment neoliberal. But you're just wearing this progressive, radical extremist ideology like a skin suit to get votes. You want to make people affirm their children's genders and make gender affirming care widespread and easy for minors to have access to without consent of their parents. And when I mean gender affirming care, I mean vasectomies, vaginoplasties, and also the puberty blocking drugs. Yeah, all that stuff. Plus, you think that IDs for voting is racist. So you don't think black people can find their way to the DMV? You don't think black people can get IDs? What are you talking about? So it's all projection, and this all results the raid and the fact that Joe Biden is trying to project this onto other people falsely. This is what you get. Poll. Majority of Americans say Biden's anti-MAGA speech was designed to incite conflict. You're not winning, Joe. When a majority of Americans take what you said at face value and say, "Wow, this is not doing it for me. I think he's the one who's actually stoking the violence, stoking the conflict." You're not helping yourselves. You're not helping the Democrats because you only have a couple months until the election. You actually have, what is it? Yeah, just 2 months until the election in November. And you're just taking L's left, right, and center because when it comes to what's going on with Trump, they've appointed a special master to cease the DOJ shenanigans because they the judge who appointed it can see that there is, as Tom Fitton has stated, I've reviewed the special master's decision victory for Trump. The federal U.S. District Court judge highlights FBI/DOJ failures to be forthright with the court, failures to protect rights of Trump, and leaks and other shady acts. If I were the Biden gang, I'd look to drop this sham case ASAP. But they're not. They're going to, remember, they're going to hold off on indicting Trump, but it doesn't matter. The special master has taken the case pretty much. They can't indict Trump even if they wanted to. He's got control. Whoever this person is, I have to find out who this. I think they still have to select the special master. But this is a win for Trump. I don't know what they were trying to do to pretty much they're trying to throw the Republicans on the back foot because of the fact that they think that Trump is the cult leader. Trump is not a cult leader. We're not in a cult. I disagree with Trump on a numerous amount of issues. He's done things that I don't like. Okay? I'm not going to list them here because I've said it numerous times in videos prior. You can go back and take a look. You can look throughout. I have stated why I've disagreed with Trump on many occasions and why he's not the end-all be-all. He is not the Messiah. He's not perfect, but he's better than fucking Joe Biden. He's better than any, like, these neocons that want to be in there. Like, I mean, there's a new breed of Republicans. You got, like, Ron DeSantis. He's like that new breed, and he will be president someday. Mark my words. Rand Paul, he's not... He isn't a new Republican, but he's reemerged as one. He was here for a while before Trump, but he's actually reemerged as himself and is staunchly in the corner of MAGA. So MAGA is not a bad thing. Donald Trump is not guilty of... how far down are they now going? They're trying to say they want to get him on a filing error or something like that. It's just ridiculous. This whole Trump thing, if they didn't get him on the Russian collusion thing, and they didn't get on the impeachment or impeachment number 2, or all these other things that they were trying to get him on, why are people thinking they're going to get him on this one? Like, come on, give it a rest. We're done here. So, okay, I was trying to be a little bit more concise with this about the actual theories of events with what happened, but I kind of went all over the place because this is just crazy. We're getting to the point where people just say, arrest him now. Like, Jennifer Rubin, she tweeted out just shortly after Biden's speech, Biden's tone tonight was on point. Mass arrest should follow. But then she deleted the tweet. So I'm just like, these people are nuts. These people are out to lunch. You got like Keith Olbermann, JoJo from Jurors. She's this woman here on Twitter. She's just an insufferable leftist. These people, they don't take their L's. They just, any kind of thing that is ambiguous, they'll take as a win. These people are the ones who are in the cult. These people are the ones who are in La La Land. Because I follow her on Twitter just to see what she's up to. I mean, I know it says I don't follow her on this account, but I follow her on another account. But, I follow her. I follow Chris Hahn, Keith Olbermann. I follow a bunch of crazy people on the left just so I can hear what they're saying. And they are out there. They are further from reality than somebody in the Alex Jones camp. Like, somebody who watches Alex Jones. Yes, I watch Alex Jones too. I watch a bunch of different things. But all I'm just saying is, if there is the reality is like right here, and people on the right are like this close to reality, okay? People on the left are like off the screen, okay? I don't know what else to say. I'm going to leave it there. Hope you guys had a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch us on BitChute and Rumble first. And then after that, I think I will upload the next day on YouTube. So hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe wherever you find this video. and I will catch you guys later. See ya.